It's the holiday season. This video is East Tennessee and Knox area holiday bucket list items. So these are 14 things that you can do in the East Tennessee and Knoxville area for the holiday season. Some are free, some are not free. Let's dive in and get going. All right, so this is a list of things that I think are fun, that are different. Some of them are like, no duh, of course we're gonna do that. And some of these things might be like, I didn't even know that existed. So hopefully there's some things on here that remind you, oh, I wanted to do that. And some other things that you're like, oh, we should try that. So let's dive in and get going. The very first thing is see lights on Gray Eagle Lane. So Gray Eagle Lane is a street in West Knoxville. I think it's 37923, like the Cedar Bluff area. And this street is insanity. Specifically, there's one house on here. I'm telling you, I've seen it multiple times, and every time I see it, my jaw drops. It's insane. There's so many decorations in this yard on Gray Eagle Lane that you are going to just be beside yourself. And I found out about this from Knoxville Mom's blog, which also has a whole list of other places to see lights beyond Gray Eagle Lane. But they also have a printable scavenger hunt. So shout out to Knoxville Mom's blog, which I'm gonna reference multiple times because they're a really good resource, not just the holidays, but also in general. But that being said, they have this really cool printable that would be fun to have in your car, and you can check things off. Maybe you make a game of it, a competition, if you will. But yeah, go see the lights on Gray Eagle Lane. Number two, and the order, there's no specific order, okay? There's 14 things total, and this is the second thing. Ice skate on Market Square. I have done this multiple times, but you know what? Actually, I don't think I've ever done this with Shay. Somebody took me there as a date once, and that didn't last. So maybe you don't take your date there, okay? Shay and I would be fine now. We're married. It's been 10 years or 11 years or however long we've been together, but I'm just telling you, it didn't work out on the date, okay? But there's a DJ there. It can be very crowded, so I would just be in the headspace of that there's probably gonna be a ton of people here. It's not a huge ice skating rink, and if you're like, well, where is it? It's smack dab in the middle of Market Square. You cannot miss it. So it's definitely fun. I've done this multiple times. Back when I was teaching at L&N, we had a good old time at the ice skating rink. So ice skate, Market Square, go check out the website. It's gonna tell you the dates. I believe it's through January 5th in this year, which I'm making this in 2024. So if you're watching this in 2025, go check the dates, okay? Go check the prices, go check the dates. The pricing right now is $12 for an adult and $9 for 12 or under. You can also get a season pass, which that to me seems like a lot of skating, okay? But I mean, I guess it would pay for, if you go 3 times, it makes sense. Or 4 times, I think it was fit. Anyways, whatever, go look at the pricing. Number 3, sorry. Go to Dollywood for the Smoky Mountain Christmas. So Dollywood has 15 billion lights. I don't think it's billion. I think it's in the millions, but there's tons of lights. And like Christmas treats, Christmas menus, Christmas entertainment, all things Christmas. And also do not be surprised if you see 50 million people there. Tons of people go. I think this is something you got to do at least every few years. It is fun. I took Shay there last year, and I think he actually had a good time. But there's tons of lights, and he's even a Grinch, okay? So very cool, and it's just something that's cool to do. It's outside, you're walking, you're getting your steps in, and they've got beautiful, wonderful cinnamon bread and all the treats and rides for all ages, okay? But I will say wear layers and remember where you parked, which they make it pretty easy to remember where you parked, but I'm just telling you, remember where you parked. All right, next up is follow the Peppermint Trail in downtown Knoxville. Now this could be kid friendly, this could be adult friendly, this is for all ages. Essentially, this is local businesses in the downtown area who have some sort of special treat for the holiday season. So for example, Bistro at the Bijou has peppermint ice cream with Oreos. Bethy Lou's has merman and mermaid themed ornaments. They've got peppermint patty treats. You can go to Christopher Robin Arts and you can do a make and take that's peppermint themed. So like a craft Brother Wolf for like specialty cocktails that are peppermint and Christmas tree themed. For example, they have a snowball old fashioned, with rye whiskey, gingerbread syrup, and bitters, and wormwood bitters. So go check it out. And they have super cool decorations too. City Fido for your dogs. They've got Christmas themed, like candy cane shaped dog treats and all kinds of stuff for your cats, your dogs, your pets. So that's the Peppermint Trail. Again, that's for all ages. You're gonna know if there's something involved with the Peppermint Trail because you're gonna see a peppermint on the storefront of that business. So kind of cool. Next up, this is one of my very favorites, and if you get my monthly newsletter, you see a picture with me and Shay with our bikes, is the Decorate and Ride Your Bike for the annual Tour de Lights. Like Tour de France, except Tour de Lights. And essentially, what this is, we've done this 2 years in a row now. The first year we did it was still in South Knoxville, and it was crowded. But last year they moved it towards the convention center. Downtown, you start at the convention center, you loop around, you end up going down Gay Street, which is super cool because it's so lit up for the holidays. It's super fun. People deck their bikes out. You can have all ages. So you see little kiddos on their bikes, and then you see, I mean, I'm telling you, all ages. I will say that the first year we did it, I did too much tinsel and realized that it gets dark. So the more lights you put on your bike, the better, the cooler, the more you can see. It's more fun, the more lights you have. Somebody has a giant menorah, and it is so cool. It's just super, super, super fun, super cool. It's free, and you're active, you're outside. But by the way, it's not a hard bike ride. So don't be worried, like, am I gonna be able to survive It's easy. It's very easy, okay? All right, next up is to see Christmas at the Titanic Museum. The Titanic Museum in Pigeon Forge. This one I think is quite interesting. I didn't know that the Titanic Museum had a Christmas situation, but I found that out today as I was doing a little research, like what's something different. Christmas at the Titanic. So essentially it's all decked out for Christmas. But if you have, that historian in your family, or maybe you want to do something a little bit different, go see Christmas at the Titanic Museum. Very cool. Next up is probably already on your list, especially if you have kiddos and you do the Santa thing, but get photos with Santa. You can do this at West Town Mall in Knoxville. You can do this at Foothills Mall. Some of the local libraries have Santa sightings and Santa pictures when Santa's in town. Bass Pro Shop also has a Santa pictures with Santa situation. So Knoxville Mom's blog has a whole comprehensive list, but also you can obviously Google Christmas photos with Santa in the Knoxville area, and it's going to tell you all those things. Supposedly you can reserve a spot online for some of these. I did not have much luck finding that. So just want to tell you, if you can, obviously reserve ahead of time because you're not going to have to wait in line in that case, but I don't want to guarantee you that you're absolutely going to be able to do that because I did not really see that in my very brief research, okay? All right, next up, something that's super cool. Have breakfast with Santa, so another Santa themed thing, at Anakeesta. So Anakeesta is a huge mountaintop adventure park in Gatlinburg, and it's all things outside. It's very, very cool, okay? But they do a breakfast with Santa, which allows you to eat breakfast with Santa, obviously, but also you get entry into the park before the park actually opens. You have all day access, by the way. It says a delicious breakfast served at Cliff Top, holiday crafts, and a sing-along, and a professional photo with Santa. So those dates are super limited, so go online, check those, and plan ahead, okay? Okay. Next up is complete the Elf on a Shelf adventure in downtown Knoxville. So think Peppermint Trail, except now we are on a scavenger hunt for Elf on a Shelf. And this is from the Elf on a Shelf adventure page on the downtownknoxville.org website. Santa is sending a scout elf to more than 24 downtown Knoxville businesses for a magical scavenger hunt. And St. Nick's has granted these special elves permission to remain in Knoxville from Friday, November 29th to Sunday, January 5th. So obviously check the dates depending on the year that you're watching this. But what you can do is you can pick up a North Pole pass at either Mass General Store or the Knoxville Visitor Center, and that's going to guide you through the adventure, where to go find all the elf on the shelves. I hope I'm not ruining this for somebody because I know that there's very specific things about how Elf on the Shelf works, and I have no idea. I don't have children. I've got nieces and nephews, and I don't know how it works. Okay. The first 5,000 participants will receive a holiday stamp to self-stamp their Elf on the Shelf North Pole pass. Very fun. Obviously, that's free. Okay. Next up is another free thing is attend a local Christmas parade. Now, there are 15 billion, not really, but it feels like Christmas parades in this area. I have done a video about the Seymour Christmas parade before because the Seymour Christmas parade is, I could watch it from my office window. My office window is right there and I could watch the Seymour Christmas parade from my office window. Okay. Now, that's beside the point. There's the Knoxville one, which is downtown, which actually as a kiddo, I was in as a Girl Scout. I was a Brownie Scout, actually. I think we only did it as a Brownie Scout. Anyways, whatever. I was in the Knoxville parade back in the day. I think I was in it for dance too. It was obviously very memorable. Anyways, Seymour has one. Sevierville, Farragut, Gallenberg, Rocky Hill, Townsend, Lenore City, Loudon, Louisville, Harriman, Mascot, Morristown, Halls, Karnes, Gibbs, Blount County, Campbell County, Kodak, Claiborne County, Clinton, Campbell County, Greenback, Oak Ridge, Jefferson City, Newmarket, Sweetwater, Powell, Wartburg, and Luttrell. Those all definitely have a Christmas parade, which is essentially everywhere in East Tennessee. So go check the dates. Some of them are earlier in the month. Some of them are later in the month. Think candy, think fire trucks, think Santa sightings, everything that you love in a Christmas parade. School bands, all of it. Next up is watching the ball drop at the Sunsphere. So back in the day, this actually used to be a market square. They now drop the ball for New Year's at the Sunsphere. Here's a little spiel about that from their website. Bringing the new year with friends and family at World's Fair Park with food trucks and free activities, including a silent disco, DJ music with Knox Vegas DJs on the main stage, and live music from the Mickey Norwood Band. That's obviously for this coming New Year, so 24 to 25. So, check this for whatever year you're watching this, but plan on an evening enjoying the lights and restaurants in downtown Knoxville, ice skating at the holidays on the ice in Market Square until 9, and then you got to head over to the World's Fair Park, and then at 9 p.m. the festivities begin, and the ball drops obviously at midnight. There is a note that this does happen rain or shine. Please feel free to bring chairs, however tents and canopies are not allowed. This is an alcohol-free, family-friendly event. So very, very cool. I always cry at the ball drop. So, I just think it's cool. It's cool to see. Okay. So if you love a good New Year's ringing in the ball drop, go to the Sunsphere. It can be very cold sometimes. So prepare accordingly. Read the weather forecast, basically. Okay, next up is one that might seem obvious, but it is to see A Christmas Carol at the Clarence Brown Theater. A number of school children go see this with their classes during the holiday season. I was one of those kiddos, and that still happens to this day. But A Christmas Carol, obviously a, old school tradition, Charles Dickens play, very cool, something that you definitely want to do. If you love a play, if you love theater, you definitely want to go do that. I think it's worth to see every couple of years, but that's just me, okay? That's just me. Next up is something I haven't done. I hear great things about it and I have tons of friends that take their kiddos. This is Ride the Christmas Lantern Express on the Three Rivers Rambler. So this is a train ride that starts just kind of off campus, off Cumberland. It's a 2-hour ride. This trip lasts roughly 2 hours and boarding begins 20 minutes before departure. You can enjoy complimentary hot chocolate and gingerbread men along the way. You're gonna hear locals, you're gonna gather around to hear local celebrities read The Christmas Lantern, a book by Karen Bishop, and a special guest in red may even appear, aka Santa might even actually be on the train. Exciting. Okay, so get tickets for that. You gotta get tickets. It's not free. Get your tickets. Show up. Don't show up late because the train's gonna leave you. Okay? Boarding starts 20 minutes before your allotted departure time. Don't be late. Next up is go to Shadrack's Christmas Wonderland. So if you are a Christmas lights person, this is for you. This is a drive-through light show. My husband refuses to take me to this. It used to be at Smoky Stadium, and now it's by Smoky Mountain. Some of the dates, check their calendar, check their website, include an after party after you've driven through at Smoky Mountain where there's Santa sightings, crafts, carnival games, food, all the things. So go check their schedule. So which of these on this bucket list are you gonna make happen this year? I'm sad to say that this year we are going to be out of town for the Tour de Lights, so we're going to miss it. But that is the main thing. That's the one that I'm like, you got to go to that. It's free. It's fun. There's all kinds of people from all over Knoxville that show up, and it is just so cool. There's something cool about Now I like a marathon too, so maybe this is, I'm the weirdo here, but I think it's so cool. All the people come together, they've lit up their bikes for whatever holiday they celebrate, and it's so cool, it's so fun, it's short, you ride through downtown. Anyways, that's my favorite on this. But there are a couple others that obviously I think would be great every year. So I hope this has been helpful. Let me know your thoughts. I'm Haley Jones, and I'll see you on the next video.